before just going into tab view, just I have an open question for you guys. So how to visualize 40 years of unemployment data month-wise without aggregation and filters in your view? When I mean without aggregation, it's not like taking average across the month for all the years and things. I want just to view all the years in a month-wise manner for 40 years. How to view? Any idea?
Without filters, is it?
Yeah. I don't want to filter 1 or 2 years. At a time, I should be able to see all the years, 40 years.
You want to see all the years, like the months combined, like for example, January in all the years. Is that what you want?
No, not like that also. Individual.
See, I will just. Sorry?
You can create a column for year alone and put that in detail. So it will give us like, for example, 40 years means it will give us like 40 trend lines for across Jan to December.
Yeah, I was also thinking something similar. So for example, if you have year in the row and month in the column, and if you have the numbers, can you do something like a heat map which will give us the
that's possible. Yeah. So apart from that, any other thoughts?
Scrollable timelines?
No.
So a simple thing would be, see, let's say if you have like this, right? It's 40 years, right? So 40 years is a lot. So you can, I'm thinking of a really simple trend line like this, okay? And you will have, like, years, I think. So 40 means that you'll have much smaller, right? So it will be sort of something like this. Each decade probably could be colored, or there can be a minor variation between one year to the other, so that it can sort of show a little bit of progression, something like that. You said don't use any filters, so can we? Is it a dashboard or is it just one view?
Just a one view.
One view. Okay.
Okay.
It would work kind of.
Yeah, you can use parameters, but what I meant, some visualization like bar graph or some customized. So without wasting much time, let me reveal that. Yeah, this is on spiral chart. So if you see, each circle is a year, and we have across each month. So currently, if you count from center till end, we will have like how many years. Whichever you want, you can just make it. So this is what I add for you guys today. So let me explain like how to make this one tab.
So can we quickly discuss the pluses and minuses of this kind of a whiz?
Yeah, sure.
And this is for everyone, not just you, Jairam. We can talk about how this helps, and so I think clearly there are some trends that we are able to see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the red would mean that then unemployment has been high, right? That whatever.
Yeah, highest unemployment,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what each of them is, so okay, so this is Jan, Feb, March, sort of going around, so 12 months, and each line is a year, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
What we
right from 1976 till 2017.
Okay, got it. And what we get to see is essentially what this highlights is how the unemployment trended over months. I think that is what sort of you can get really the most, because you can see here the brownish color, right? So, and you can see the bluish patterns as well. I think there seems to be, I don't know, is this real data or is this sort of made data?
This is a real data from source of laboratory source.
Okay, if it is real data, then what this sort of tells us is that around so this doesn't really tell us about the months as much as it tells us about those years, right?
Years, yeah.
So you can see for those specific whatever years, there was higher unemployment. So that's why it is going in circles, because it would go up and it will stay there until it sort of vanishes, right? But unfortunately, we don't know which years they are. We have to mouse over to find out which years those are.
So one thing that strikes me when looking at the visualization is that see, this April 2010 and I think 2009 would also have a higher unemployment probably. Because, I mean, that was sometime around the recession, the Great Recession, which happened at around 2008. And during some years, collectively, if the economy is in a recession or if it's in a slowdown, and if that causes some unemployment, I think this visualization will help us spot those trends. So let's say, for example, some 4 or 5 years after the recession happened, if the unemployment rate was continuously higher, then we can say that, okay, this recession which happened in 2008, the effects of which lasted for around some 4 or 5 years after that. And this helps us get to that level of insight. That is something very good thing about this.
Yeah.
And also, if you see, I think periodically there seem to be some orange circles in the graph. I don't know the years, but I think around that, I think, okay, that's 1981. And before that, what was it? I think the
1976.
76, 81. What's the next one?
92.
Okay.
And now 2010.
Periodically, I think there have been these periods over the past 40 years which have led to higher unemployment. If you're able to identify what events happened during those years, that could give us some more insight on this.
Yeah, that's good. That's interesting. Yeah, I think so. We are able to see those circles, and I think what it's telling us is how long it lasted, right? The width of that, the whatever dark orange, whatever brown, orange color, right? So that tells you how long it lasted, right? So for example, the 2010, we can see, I think it would have lasted sort of maybe 4 years, something like that, right? So at least we can see the number. So I think one thing is that I think it seems to be around these months, but I'm not so sure if it is really giving us the month-wise trend that much. Okay, it is funny that way, right?
No, it's hard to make the month-wise details.
Yeah. It is bringing out the month, but month-wise is difficult to.
Yeah, so we can't see
analyze.
in a trend. Yeah, that is one thing first.
And also, I think among month-wise there is no much variation. If you see in March, it's like 11, and April it's like 10.9. So just 0.2 in this data source maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And also, also we can control the center black portion whichever we have. For that we have like parameter buffer. Once you just reduce it to 50, it will just reduce and maybe 150. It just goes up.
Oh,
so that's also there.
Got it. Oh, it's interesting. Okay.
So without wasting much time, we will just first try to look at the data structure and
one quick thing. So swap. Akhil, do you guys have any thoughts? Shravan, you too.
Not really from my side.
To compare year-on-year basis, this is helpful. But if you want to compare a particular month-wise, it won't give you the details of what happened in that year.
Right.
For example, if the recession came in March, so what was trend till February, it won't display that. But if you want to compare multiple years, it's a good thing.
Not really understanding from where the month is starting from. Actually, from here or here. Actually, it's also if this portion belongs to Jan, right, Jairam?
So the rightmost belongs to this Jan, and like February rightmost on that of the font that belongs to February, like that.
Okay.
See, right on that line you're plotting, Shravan.
Okay.
Right on the line. So just to annotate, right? So for example, so if you that particular line, right? Whatever is that month, and so January is the month. We know that year. So that is the place where it is. So that number is plotted there. So for example, so January 1993, 6.9, right?
Yeah.
you can see that dot right there. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right. So that on that line it's plotted.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And also one more feature is that if you just control the unemployment rate, it will just show, for example, 7.2 to 11.2, whichever years, only those will just show up. If you just select the filter on the right, so currently it's displaying only the years or months whichever unemployment rate is in range of 7.2 to 11.2. That's also additional feature we have.
Okay.
So, okay, let me start making this one. First, we will just try to look what sort of data structure and data points we need for this. We have like year. This is great. And then we have like month ID. Instead of month ID, we'll just put the month. So, and also to get everything in order, we have a common term like ID. This ID is actually a main portion. So basically for each segment, it just fixes the ID. For example, 1976 Jan 1 will be first, second, like that will be going on. And for 1977, it's 13. So basically from first to taking a circle, it's from the center, it will start with 1 until the end. So what's going on? Like if you see the latest is 2017 and December 504. So the outermost point, it's like 504. This ID is the main key point we need in data to achieve that. Apart from that, everything just it's easy. We don't need to concentrate much on that. So just to start, we have like 12 months. We have to just divide these 12 months among the 360 degree. So in that way, we will be able to get 30-60 for each. So first, let me create an angle. So 360 divided by 12, since we have 12 months. Into month ID. So month ID is nothing but for Jan it will be like 1 and February it will be 2. It's kind of integer saying the month. So you can see like Jan is first and February second. So now just we have divided these months across the different angle. So just for Jan it's like 30, 60, so on so. So next we have to get the coordinates x and y for each month and year. So let me create a calculator field for x coordinate. As all of us know, in couple of visualizations like gauge chart and radar chart, we have just explained more like when we resolve x we will get r cos theta, and when we resolve y we will get r sin theta. So since it's x, so cos of, already the angle is not in radians, so to convert this into radians we use the radians function and just type the angle. We'll pull the angle whichever we have created. So cos radians of angle. This is for one particular circle, but actually we have so many circles, like for each year we have one ID as well as the buffer kind of thing. So to add to bring that into picture, just we will multiply with that ID. So this is the x coordinate. Is it clear, or should I explain much about x coordinate, or shall I continue? Or any doubts?
The ID is changing per month or per year?
It's unique ID per month and year. Basically, it's like which I have shown first, like from 1 to 504.
Okay, so it's a basically serial order from starting.
Yeah, sequential order. Yeah, exactly.
So Jairam, I think the figure is not sort of completing for each period, each year, right? It's actually sort of like a spiral kind of a thing. Yeah. So it is sort of going over. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. So that's why it's called spiral. What's the name of this you mentioned?
Yeah, the spiral chart. Okay. So similarly, we'll do create this for y. Instead of cos, we'll replace it with sin. Now we will pull the EX to column and just remove this month ID. Y to row. So just we got a single point. We have to convert this into line, and in path just we have to add that ID. So we got this. So this is a spiral chart. Now we will just keep on adding one enhancements. Like earlier we had a buffer parameter and we were just able to control it. So to control that we should have a parameter buffer. Here and value range from maybe 1 to maximum 100. Okay, and we will keep the current parameter control. Now we will just add this buffer parameter to x and y. So ID buffer plus ID. Okay, and even to y as well. So now as we control the buffer, it changes. So we got this. Now what else is left? So how we show the month across the axis, that's also was there in that visualization. We'll just see. So now we created a dual axis one. In this we don't need the path ID. Instead of that we will add just this month in text and remove the ID. Oh, sorry. Path and change the color, maybe black or something. And now we will do the dual axis. Synchronize axis. Okay. So currently if you see the Jan is somewhere here and December it's going in anti-clockwise. Now we will work on the angle. So we will just get the Jan on the top and December almost, yeah. Currently it's going in anti-clockwise, so it will in the same, so we can change the direction. So currently if you see December, February, March, it's going in a clockwise, but we want December on the January on the top. So if you see it's like 30, 60, 90, 120 is the difference. So just we will add it plus 120. Yeah, so we got the Jan on the top, February, March, April, May, like that. For example, like now we have 40 years and we are okay with the scale. In future, maybe if 10 more year comes or 20 more year comes, what we have to do to increase the radius of circle? As all of us know that x is cos theta, currently the radius is 1. So we haven't given anything and directly we wrote cos of so and so. If, for example, assume a case where radius is 2, then in that case just give 2 into. So in that way, there will be a change in axis. Now we can see from minus 1000 to 1000. If we change it to y as well, so the size of the graph actually increases. Okay. Anyway, we know it that.
No, sorry, this part I'm not clear, Jairam.
So currently we have chosen the circle radius as 1. So that's why in x and y coordinate, if you look, we haven't put anything. It's r cos theta. So 1 into cos theta is nothing but same cos theta. If you want to increase the radius of circle, what you have to do is like 2 into. So in that case, now the axis, if you see in left, it's like minus 600 to 600. If you increase, now it changes from like minus 1200 to 1200. In case in future, it's look pretty decent now. If you have multiple years and if it's getting jumbled, to get better view, I'm just saying if you want to have so much more years, just if you control x and y, in that case we can show it decent and pretty. That's what I meant to add here. So
what are we doing here? So because even when you change it, the look did not change, right? It's not like the spiral chart got squished and it showed in a smaller space. That did not happen. Is it? I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
yeah, that's what.
Okay.
So
it got expanded, is it? Okay.
So now we will color it with unemployment rate. And if you just control, you can edit the colors as you do. Something something like red, green, gold. Okay. So now we got like whatever you wanted. Just to, if you work on cosmetics like guiding the axis, so header, then format, grid lines, 0 lines also if you remove. Then this time trying to remove these lines which are showing in the borders. Yeah, so hide axis, format, on black background, just select it. Yeah. Some light blue. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So currently we haven't made the tooltips. So if you want tooltip like year, month, and unemployment rate, just we'll add only those, so it looks. Yeah. So here. Come on. Okay. So April 1995, what's the unemployment song? So yeah, this is what I had for today.